are going to go into our test server. Once again, go find where your test server is at. Go into the folder that we made 2 days ago now. And we can go to our TK help, okay? We're kind of just going to add on to this script. It's kind of going to be like an accumulation of stuff. So we'll have our help function in here. We'll have our vehicle spawn and everything. And we're going to start off today by adding a text document, Control A, and you're going to call it functions.lua. If you want to change the file name extension, yes. Then you're going to go into your FX manifest. Now functions.lua is technically considered a client script. So we're going to add it underneath the client in our FX manifest. So it goes client.lua, comma, functions.lua. There you go. Now, what I'd recommend is go into your Visual Studio Code. You're going to open a folder and open up your help. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay. Let me see if I can detach this. I guess I could just save it. Lesson 2 or lesson 3 actually. Just save it under there. There we go. Okay. We close all this. Open folder. TK help. Trust the authors. Okay. So now you can see your client.lua, your functions.lua, and your FX manifest. In your functions.lua, let me pull up another Visual Studio Code so I can have my notes on the side. Where did that go? Damn. Where did it go? File. Open. Huh. It just up and disappeared. Well, that's not good. I kind of needed that. Give me a second. I have to go find where the lesson went. Where did lesson.lua go? Oh, there it is. That's weird. Apologies. Okay, now that I have that up, go into the functions.lua, and we're going to start by typing function display help text parentheses MSG, then end, because that's how you end things. And then we're going to do set. This one might not show up, so just try and type it correctly. Set text component format, and then string
Yo,
add
is this the Minecraft server, Let's
text.
Play?
What? What's that?
Yo, is this are we learning how to make a Minecraft server?
Ha, you're funny. Okay. Add text component string. Parentheses again. This time you're going to put MSG in it. And then display help text from string label. Parentheses 0, comma 0, 1, negative 1. Okay, so that is how we will display help text. That will go up in the corner of your screen. Then we're going to do the normal one. This one goes above your minimap. I'm sure you guys have probably seen this a few times in PGN where there's been something above your minimap. Once again, function notify MSG end. Then we are going to do set notification text entry, set it to string, then add text component string parentheses MSG. Then we're going to draw notification true, comma, false. Now we won't actually be using these yet. I just want to get these out of the way because we will be using these soon. The main thing we're doing today is spawning a car. So, function spawn car. Parentheses, and inside those parentheses you're going to put car. Then don't forget your end. Inside, local car equals get hash key, key. Inside, put car. So what get hash key does, it gets the hash of whatever object you put inside of it. In this case, it's a car. Then we need to request the model, which requires a hash, which in this case is car. Then well not capital W, I hate when it does that. Well not has model loaded, parentheses, car. Do, and then don't forget your end to complete it. Then you request the model of car, and then you wait. So do wait 0. Just to stop it from crashing. Waiting just is a very good way to stop your FiveM from crashing.
Tkiljoy, I have to go, but just real quick, make sure to push the changes that I have in the GitHub. It's for a JMW video.
Okay. Local
Lichter, sorry.
chords is table.unpack get entity chords parentheses player ped ID parentheses comma false. Okay, and then local vehicle equals create vehicle car chords dot x chords dot y and chords dot z, and then comma 0.0 true and false. Okay. However, this will spawn your car very wrong. It could be in the ground, so we need to normalize that. So we're going to do +3 on the x, +3 on the y, and +1 on the z. Then we're going to set entity as mission entity. We're going to put vehicle inside of it, and then true and true. Finally, we're going to task warp ped into vehicle. That is going to be us, so our player ped ID and vehicle -1. I hope this works. Normally we don't go right into warping them in the vehicle, but this will be a good test to see if we can do this. Lua is a lot of experimentation and everything, so this will be good to see if this works. If it doesn't work, we can always take it out. Like, it's not a big deal. Then we're going to go to our client.lua, which has our function MSG and text. However, we're going to remove this MSG. We're actually going to copy it, and we're going to move it to our functions. There we go. So now we're registering command help, and we're still using MSG. MSG is just in our function now. This shows you how you can link two completely different script pages together. So we have our client.lua, which grabs functions from the functions.lua. Very simple. Okay, now we're going to register a new command. Parentheses, this is the command name. In this case, it will be spawn car. Because I know in QB there's already a /car function, so we obviously don't want to copy it. Otherwise, our thing could very well not work. We're going to do function source args raw. Whoops, wrong thing. Okay, then inside this bracket here, we're going to do end. That way it ends. And then if not that. If args 1 equals nil, then end inside, put print no model name found. Okay, then we're going to grab a local hash. Oh, actually, no, we don't need that. Never mind. Okay, let's see here. Okay, if not is valid model. Oops, that's a capital I think. Yeah, is valid model. If I could spell. Valid model. There we go. Parentheses. In this case, it'll be arg arg1. I don't remember if it's args or arg. We'll try arg, and if it doesn't work, then we know it's args. Then end. And then inside this, we're going to print model name supplied was not valid. And then we're going to return. Then we're going to spawn the car arg 1. And then we're going to trigger an event. Actually, no need. We will use our message command, actually. Use msg. Vehicle spawned. Alright, so that should be all we need for the command. Like I said, I don't remember if we can use arg or args. We're going to use arg. If it doesn't work, we'll come back.
Can you just show what you did for the functions and clients, like in the beginning? Did you send something over from client to link?
So I sent the MSG. I sent that function to functions.lua instead of keeping it in client.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Okay. Now, to finish off vehicles, we're going to create a thread, function parentheses end. Then we're going to do a local cars. So this is a little different in the sense that we are grabbing a bunch of random models instead of very specific models that the player gives. So adder, comment to kind of just, put vehicles in. If you just want to follow along, that's fine too. But if you know vehicle names, you know how to spawn them, go ahead and spawn in whatever ones you want. I'm going to go with the adder, the comet 2, the cheetah 2, and the buffalo. Then we're going to do local h. This is going to be for the key. So we're going to use the h key for this. So local h is 74. Well, true, do, end. And we need a wait to not crash. It's very important on threads to have a wait because they are always running. Well, okay, so if, forget the parentheses, if is control just pressed, this is how we're going to check for the key press. So we're checking to see pad index 1, control H, then we're going to end, spawn car.
What are you making?
This is for if you press H, it'll spawn a car. Now, give me a quick second. I think in my notes I might have left something out. Ah, that's what I did. All good. Below H, I forgot to add the local car equals cars bracket math.random hashtag cars. There we go. You guys ready to try it? Well, I didn't hear a no.
Oh, sorry, I was.
Alright, go ahead and start up your servers. And let's see how this goes. Keep an eye out for errors. Okay. Let's see. TK help. Nope, no errors. Alright. Go into your server. Once again, click this. This will send you immediately to your home host. Now, of course, keep in mind, we haven't messed around with anything QB related. So because we're in a QB server, things might act a little differently. Like when we spawn a car, we might not be able to drive it because we don't have the keys to it. That's just simple like economy stuff that you have to think about. I'm not too worried about it. As long as it spawns the car, it's fine. You don't have to be able to drive it or anything. If you really did want to be able to drive it, you could turn off vehicle keys, but as long as it spawns, that's all we're looking for here. It just needs to be able to spawn. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Slash spawn car. There we go. So we have an error. Client.lua 11. So this means that I was probably correct in assuming that you can't use arg, you have to use args. That is fine. I must have just written in my notes wrong, which is completely fine. We all make mistakes. And we're going to restart tk help because it's nothing, nothing big. Then we're going to do slash spawn car adder. Interesting. Now we have a different error. Completely fine as well. So when it comes to bug fixing, what happens is it gives you the error code. It gives you like exactly where you have a problem. So in our case, it's functions.lua26 and client.lua11. Okay, so let's go to functions.lua26. See what we did wrong here. Local vehicle equals create vehicle car chords.x plus 3 chords.y plus 3. And it says right here, invalid vector field y. So this means that somewhere we have made a mistake when it comes to spawning a car. Now, what that mistake is actually because of the fact that we're using something that we really shouldn't. You should never use a single variable to define 3 variables. 'Cause that's actually what we're doing here. We're defining x, y, and z. The only way that works is if you're using a vector 3 or a vector 4. Then that works fine. Use a single variable, that's fine. In our case, we are using x, y, and z. So then you remove the chords dot, and instead you're left with x plus 3, y plus 3, and z plus 1. Now, the other error involved something in here. Is valid model. Now, the natives, if you type is valid, nothing pops up. So, this mainly means that this has been completely removed. It's either been removed or, there's not, much we can do about that. So, that's fine. We'll remove this piece of code, and let's see what happens now. Then, we restart, help, press H. Oh, and look at that. I spawned in one of our lovely cars. Okay, so that worked. Now what about our spawn car command? We'll spawn in an adder. Look at that. And we have an adder. Spawns in weird, but I am over by the police station. There's not much space here. So, you guys have just learned how to fully spawn in vehicles, regardless of if you're pressing a key or if you're using a command. You can type in any car into here, so let's see here. Buffalo, I think 2? Yeah, Buffalo 2. Oh, wrong one. Spawn car. Buffalo 2. Either way, it's the same result.